all these windows out of the way. I do believe, you know what? I'm just going to go there. All right. And hope that I'm on the right page. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dating Your Diet. I'm Lisa Berry. I'm a little flustered, but I was trying to keep a happy face through that whole thing. So I'm live. I'm live somewhere. And if I'm not in the right place, I'm sure someone's going to tell me. But I do need to find it so I can talk to you lovely people. And we're good. Okay, this is wonderful. All right, guys, guess what? We are going, that must have been loud. I'm so sorry. Guess what we are talking about today? I've titled this In the Mood. And I know you guys are already singing the song now, right? In the mood, woo. And I really did want to talk about this. I had some questions come in this week about how to handle stress and anxiety and moods. And of course, our diet plays a role, but it can also affect our diets in the reverse. Like our moods can make us want certain things. We can talk about cravings or just, this is what I can't stop eating, addictions and things like that. So I thought, and this all ties in with you guys. This ties in with sleep. It ties in with weight. It ties in with bowels. It ties in with everything. But the most important thing that I wanted to get into, and I thought this would be really fun, is a lot of the times we say that, right? I'm stressed or I have anxiety. And then we leave it there. And there needs to be a little bit more self-inquiry around this. And we are going to talk about, so just in this time, and I'm probably I just ran out of a bunch of minutes, but that's okay. We're going to get everything in. We are going to talk about diet, but we're going to talk about activities. We're going to talk about identifying how you can tell if you're off, and it's not just your personality, it's not just me, it's not just them, right? My family or my coworkers or my life sucks. Maybe, it's not just that. Your life does not suck. Your life can be beautiful and wonderful. You can fall in love with your life and the right foods and activities and things like that. So I have this one fella, this doctor that I do listen to. I follow him. I, learn from him. I have for the past 15 years. And he really summed this up so beautifully that I thought I'm so going to mention this today with you guys, because I think it's going to help you identify a little deeper. It's not like you're going for blood work right now and we're not doing this. Like this is not, a clinical diagnosis or anything, but it's going to help you identify what the heck is going on. It can be very frustrating when we are not in the mood that we want to be, when we're not in the mood to do our exercises, to do our meditation, to go enjoy. Isn't that crazy, guys, to think like, I'm just not in the mood to enjoy. I'm not in the mood to be happy. Like, oh my gosh. And that happens to the best of us. You're like, no, everything is stinky and nothing's going my way. And I'm frustrated. And you know what? I had the worst night's sleep ever. So, I can't do this. It really sucks the life out of us. It sucks the joy and the happiness out of us. So what I'm talking about today is a question came up about anxiety. And there are many things, anxiety is a big word. Stress is a big word. It covers way too much, right? We just use that as such a blanket. I would love, so our activity today is going to we're unwrapping those two words, specifically stress and anxiety, but I'm going to give you a lot of other words and situations, examples that you might find yourself in. Now, if you find yourself in a lot of these, I'm going to go through, I don't even know, 13, 18, 17, a good chunk of them. And now we're not saying that this is something, so if you resonate with one of them, maybe you have done that, or there's occasions and there's instances that you do it. This is more if you find that you are a lot like this, or you've noticed a shift in your own that you go like, yeah, I used to do this, but now I'm doing this all the time. And my response is this most of the time, or sudden changes. So I'm going to walk through these, but guess what? Guys? Really, if these keywords are kind of exciting to you and you go, oh yeah, I've heard about that before. What we're going to be talking about is serotonin, right? This is our happy hormone. I want to talk about serotonin quite a bit, but the thing is, you make your serotonin, but you need the building blocks to make it. So it's not like you can take serotonin, right? There's some other things involved. We're going to be talking about tryptophan, 5-HTP, and leading to serotonin, which of course you need serotonin. I'm going to jump the gun here. You need serotonin to make melatonin. Melatonin is what helps you sleep. So guess what? If it's a vicious cycle here, but we're going to call it a loving cycle. We're going to call it the love cycle because we're going to get in the mood right now. We are so getting in the mood. When you have a good night's sleep, you do feel happy, but you must feel happy, to have to get a good night's sleep. So, and you get a good night's sleep, you start losing the weight, and you get a good night's sleep, you start wanting to do things. So how do we do this? We're going to talk about, and this is not going to be attractive at all. I'm literally going to show you my breakfast. But in showing you oops, as I throw food on myself too, but I'm not just showing you like what I kind of eat little bites, not throughout the day. I don't like keep grazing and snacking, but I don't eat all this at once. There are some foods in here and I'm going to show them to you. This is going to be a terrible show. Yep. I'm not going to show you that well at all. Here we go. This is oats, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds. I think that's it. Splash of almond milk. Yes. Okay. Not really a splash. It's kind of really dry, but that's okay. And the reason why we're going to be talking about oats, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds, because these are 3 things super important to raise your serotonin levels, okay? Because they're helping you with your 5-HTP, they're helping you with your tryptophan, they're helping you do the whole chain thing. Now, of course, I'm going to be talking about all kinds of stuff you're going to see, and I'm going to share with you why I buy the sprouted tofu, the organic non-GMO sprouted tofu. And we're going to be talking about eggs. We're going to be talking about, these are, again, my lighting's not good for this. These are kidney beans, but there you go. We're going to be talking about beans and seeds. I have my organic chia seeds here that I've got, and I've got my sprouted. Again, I do everything sprouted, right, guys? So sprouted rolled oats, that's what you're looking at there. And a whole bunch of other foods, turkey, things like that. Hello, everybody. Good morning. We've got some people. Hello, Robert. Tammy, hello. And Carol, hello. This is a real thank you guys for being here. This is really helpful for your participation because, like I said, you're looking at these foods and going, oh, really? Can I have those? Should I have oats? Should I stay away from oats? Aren't they not high glycemic? They're not, but they're carbs, right? And I know so many people are afraid of carbs right now, but I must share with you, if you're wanting to get that serotonin into your cells, into your brain, so that you can, get the tryptophan to the 5-HTP to make the serotonin in your brain. That's where you need it. It's in your gut, in your small intestines there, those healthy bacteria. You do need insulin. And how do we get insulin? With a little spike, a little like a raise of your blood glucose, your sugar levels, right? So protein will do this as well. But that's why we crave carbs when we're grumpy and sad and worried and have anxiety and stress, which we're going to go through, because we know innately, our body knows that with just a little increase in our insulin, it opens up the cells so that we can receive these nutrients. This is a whole game of key and lock, right? And so we don't want you to be blocked from any of these things. How you can recognize if you really have some serotonin depletion, okay? Because we use serotonin up, okay? So we're going to talk about how do you identify this as you or not, and then some things, not just through food, but food, because I'm a nutritionist, so we're talking about food, about what you can eat. I've actually recognized that one of my lucky things, and let me know if this is you too, I really do have a diet full of foods that really support serotonin. So I might have a happy disposition, but my foods, my diets really, really support it. Your activities, your moods, your light, the lighting, your exercise, your sleep, right? Your relationships. Okay, so here we go. In the mood, talk about relationships. This is the relationship with yourself and others. Huge, huge. So not too many here, but I'm going to go through them. And good morning, Isabel. I want to say hi to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. So stress and anxiety. Oh, I'm so stressed. There's things in my life that suck and I don't like them and I want them to be different. Okay, well, there you go. But that's almost like more of, it could be angry. You could be angry. You could be mad. You could be grieving. But so when I tend to not use the word depressed very loosely. There's a depression, and then there's depressed and there's sad. So frequent feelings of sadness. Okay. Worried. Are you a worrier? Now, I can be worried about something like this is you saying this. I can be worried about things, but are you a worrier? Is this like that little looping thought you just can't stop worrying about it and you want to, but you can't? Okay, that's more of the worrier. This, if you are a worrier, here's a wonderful thing to help. And I know it sounds like, eek, I don't know, it sounds too little or too much. If you've had the thought looping in your brain 3-5 times, get up and do something. Move. Get down, do 2 push-ups. Just do 2 push-ups. Get up and do wall push-ups, squats, run around in circles. Just do something physically active if you've got that in your head. So even if you're laying in bed and you can't sleep, hey, you're not going to sleep anyways. Get up and do something. Go brush your teeth, something. Okay, so another thing, this is about stress and anxiety. If you are rigid, are you stiff? And so we're talking about the romantic and the mood stuff. Are you stiff? Are you inflexible? Now, when we talk about being inflexible, this is a lot about when are you really upset when things don't go your way? And I don't mean big things. I mean little things like you went to pick up a spoon and you dropped it. That can be like really, it can set you off. So that's what I mean too. I mean these little things as well, where it's a whole day of them. Like, I went to do something and it didn't work out right. You thought you left something somewhere, your purse, your keys, your shoes, you couldn't find them. You realized that you thought you shut the window, but you didn't. You get really upset about it because it's not going the way. It's not just like, this furniture is not in the place, I don't like it. Or you're just constantly looking around and displeased with things. Okay. This is the same as where this is causing stress and anxiety. It's using up your serotonin. I want to make a comment. How you might recognize this if you're really rigid and have that thing. It may appear to others that you are a selfish person. So somebody, it may say, you're so selfish. It's not that you're so selfish, that you just cannot bear that this is not going your way. It should be going your way, and it should be, and it will be that, later as we increase your serotonin and get you going. Upset when things are out of place. So like for real out of place, like that shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. If somebody's doing landscaping, down the street, and you really think, oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy that they put this color flower beside this plant, beside this tree, or, and it just, every time you see it, it just drives you crazy, silly, funny story. When I was a little girl, there's a lighting store, a lighting company, and they had this giant light bulb on the outside of their store. Is their logo, their brand, their signage. And every time you came off the highway, you're looking at that store, and I was really little. And of course it was a white light bulb. So it's outside, it's giant, it gets dirty. I actually couldn't even look at it because it would upset me so much to see that this light bulb was dirty. And I know that the light bulb is never going to be clean. It's outdoors and it's white. It's always going to be dirty. And it was something I had to really work with because I was like 5 and 6, and it just would stress me out. And so I just would not look at it. And then I would imagine it being dirty. No, it would drive me crazy. But I actually had to deal with this. And so now I do wear white clothes all the time, and I get them dirty every time, and I'm okay with it. So there's this thing, right? Like you have to balance you just want to find out where you're chemically here, right? I'm going to come back and check these messages as you come. So keep on talking, keep on saying, hey, this is me, identify. Or if you know someone, or you ready for this? If you live with other people, maybe a whole family, you have a family, you've a mate, some children, some grandparents, some parents, everybody's got different levels of serotonin going on. So we're going to have to adjust and live with people. So here's another one. Repetitive negative thoughts. This is a big one. Repetitive negative thoughts. It could be future thoughts, could be worried thoughts, could be negative thoughts, just like nothing's good enough. Everything I own, my clothes are old. Everything I have is not good enough. Somebody else has something better. Oh, wow. I bet when I show up, that person's going to say something not nice to me. Or, another project's coming on my plate. I don't think I'm going to do it in time. Like negative and worry, very reasonable things that we go through. Don't like change, whether they're good for you or not. You're just like, no, you know what? I can't change. Some people who are really, really sick. No, you know what? Everybody you don't have to be sick. But you have something going on. You've got you have migraines. You can't lose weight. I'm just trying to think of something that a lot of people just kind of deal with, and they're just, allergies. The hay fever. I got this, and you automatically say no as soon as somebody offers you assistance. Why don't you try that? No, nope. I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. Nothing works. I've tried it all. Really resistant to this. This is a lack of serotonin that's preventing you. It's like a block. You guys, holding grudges. Who's a master at holding grudges? Whether it's a day old, a decade old, a lifetime old, who has a really difficult time with just like, okay, you know what, that happened, and there was reasons, and I get it, and offer compassion and move on. Holding grudge is a huge sign of low serotonin. Trouble shifting attention. Oh, this is so interesting, guys. A lot of times we say to people, oh, I've got ADD, I just can't pay attention. The problem may be that you pay too much attention to everything. This would be squirrel, right? I get called a squirrel quite often. And this is at times. So it doesn't mean that I all of a sudden have I'm just diagnosing myself of low serotonin. It just means that if I have a lot of things going on, it could be a really good indicator that my serotonin is really low and I'm not going to be in the mood for happiness in life, right? So take a look at if you are, I can't focus. Is that you can't focus? Is that you are being distracted so much that you're on high alert? Okay. Now I talked about tension there, but what about trouble shifting behaviors from task to task? This might be something you're doing something and you've got to get up and go do something else, but it's really uncomfortable. It's causing you stress. It's causing you anxiety. This shift in behavior is like, well, I'm not done this yet, or I'm on this path. I mean, hey, I'm not a pro for interruptions because I know how much momentum we lose. I think they say about 30% of momentum is lost every time we get interrupted. So you can imagine, if you've got kids and cats and calls and texts and all that kind of stuff coming in, you're being interrupted a lot. I can see, that's normal to be a little upset and not want to shift in that behavior. But I mean, just your own natural flow. Difficulty seeing options. So you pick something that you're going to do and that's it. You're not changing no matter what. It's the no matter what part. Okay. And Carol is sharing with us here. She says, I have an autism spectrum. Right. And so when you say that, have you had your serotonin levels checked? Now it's not always. So here's the thing. A lot of people, the doctor's first protocol is to put them on SRIs, right? So we're allowing and assisting our body to access and create and make this serotonin. It's not always the case. And we're going to talk about a few other nutrients that you might be deficient in your diet that would help. With autism, I always go with omega-3s as well. Always. So omega-3s is big. So you can get your chia seeds. If you eat fish, that's of course the first place we think about. So that would be interesting if there's any more here for you. Tending to hold on. Oh yeah. We talked about that one. Too locked. Oh, wait. Okay, yes, the action. Okay, so need to have things done a certain way or you become very upset. The key there is, you see how I need to have it done this way, but I'm going to get really upset if it's not. Almost like that, obsession and like a strong commitment to it. I mean, and I'm not talking about everything. There are certain things that I know absolutely, yes, they were being done a certain way. I'm pretty focused on it, but it's not like it's because I've done all the other ways and it's not everything in my life. So we're talking about your whole life. There may be very specific things, but on the whole, is this what other people are noticing about you? Is this something you're noticing? Who's a no person? We say, yeah, be a yes person. Who is really a no person? Like, you're going to say no almost to anything, no matter what. And then you're going to say no way. And then you're going to say, I'm not doing that. I don't have time. This is nothing. But it's instant. It's not like you've thought about it, considered, and it's like an automatic no, always, because it's a change and it's somebody else maybe asking you, or yeah. So let's check in with the no. Oh, you don't use it. Okay. Oh, so you've been given a script. So I'm answering the things at the same time. Yeah. It's good to explore what these things are, why you've decided not to take them. Have you tried the alternative routes? Because I'm going to share with you guys in the next 10 minutes, some easy ways that is not a prescription, that's in your control, that you can do. And don't say no if you're a no person, right? Just say, okay, let me be open to this and let me hear Lisa out. And Oh, okay. Oh, here's the other one I really want to do. You tend to predict fear. Okay. That is a tricky one because there are things that we can only imagine, like, oh, wow, that would be so scary. Or what if this happened? Oh, I wouldn't want that to happen. Or oh, I hope that doesn't happen to them. Or can you imagine? If that's the languaging that you get stuck on a lot and you're in that, you might have so many of these things and maybe just a little bit, and at least you've experienced them. Oh, I almost dropped the phone again. I'm very fidgety. And so these are some things I really, really wanted to help you identify with, not just saying, I'm stressed. What is making you stressed? What don't you like? What is making you feel uncomfortable? Uh, when when I'm in a bad mood, that's actually what makes me upset. Is I don't want to be in a bad mood. I don't want to be snappy or a no person or this must be this way. I don't want to have that feeling inside. And anxiety really is this buildup of so many things that you feel you're not in control of. And it's interesting. I shared a quote earlier on in another group, and it's coming to perfect play here. When you trust yourself, very little in life remains impossible. So this is about trusting yourself, trusting in yourself. So I would love for you to ask yourself right now, do I trust myself enough? Just enough. Do I trust myself enough that I can introduce some new foods or make sure I'm eating some of the foods that would help me? Can I trust myself enough that the next few things that Lisa's going to share with me, that I could give it a try? Now, some of them are just as much as, now, if you're a no person, again, we've got to say, do I trust myself enough? Just to hear this out. When I say exercise, which exercise is probably the number one thing, it helps with natural growth hormone. It helps, with your levels of serotonin. It is a mood enhancer, but it doesn't have to mean like right now you're thinking, I don't want to exercise. No, I'm in a grumpy mood. I feel low energy. I'm not sleeping. I'm not going to exercise. You could just wiggle in your seat. You could put on some music that makes you happy. Just movement is what I'm looking for here. It's also about a connection to others, whether it's a plant, an animal, nature, moving water. It's joyful activities to you that are calming, that don't create that adverse thinking. It's in your mind that's just like stressing you out. It's a little piece of dark chocolate. And we have some fun things because Stacy Lord, tomorrow is going to be, and I normally I'd be like, what are we talking about? She's going to be sharing with you how to make the healthiest version of donuts. Wow, glazed donuts, nonetheless. But remember, I told you about that teeny spike in insulin, how it is necessary to allow those nutrients, to the building blocks to get into our cells. So join us tomorrow. That's at 12 p.m. Friday, right here on, yes, Enlightened World Living channel. So tune into that. So Stacy, yes, I can't wait to host that. A little bit piece of dark chocolate. What does dark chocolate do when we have just a little piece, not the bar, not a bunch, a little piece of dark chocolate gets our brain thinking something fun is about to happen. Something fun's about to happen. What about even just saying that? How do you guys feel when could you trust in yourself that something fun is about to happen? We don't know when about is. It could be in a minute, could be by the end of the day, but something fun is about to happen. And by doing that, your brain is now kind of looking for it. I love the light therapy. Light therapy is really big. We hear about this with SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and having the beautiful light waves, kiss our bodies and just really have that good feeling. We have the foods, which I'm about to go into. So the tryptophan rich foods, right? We've heard about the turkey and how it can make you sleepy, but that serotonin that we need, the building blocks are in certain foods. So I'm going to just talk about these foods right away. And I'm going to have, good morning, Becky. Thank you so much for joining us here. Yes, I would like some tips. There's Carol thinking this because she gets frustrated when things don't work out or go wrong. I know. I would like to have you explore, and anybody else who feels this way, when things don't work out or go the wrong way, which means not your way, there is an attachment of responsibility there that I would love for you guys to explore. Why do you feel responsible? Why are you attached that you had any control in the first place? That you are responsible, that if it goes wrong, it's your fault, and that you're to blame and you failed. there's some self-worth and self-love that really needs to be tended to on those ones, because I'm not saying just walk away, we're irresponsible, we don't care, but check out how strong your attachment is to that. Is it that you really feel like I must make my life perfect and everyone else's? Or, and I'm going to just soften this a little bit, do you think you're not worthy of it going the right way? So when it goes the wrong way or not in your favor, that you think, because it is going in your favor, there's a way it's going in your favor, that you weren't enough, that you weren't worthy enough to have it go your way. So there's this narcissistic way a little bit of looking at it like, it's all my fault, I did it, and I should have done it better, and I failed. The narcissist wouldn't say I failed, but but just along those lines. Or is it more that it can never go well for me? And I don't, when I say victim, I don't mean, oh, poor you, you're a victim, because I think we've kind of really, we're hard on that word. But when we say to somebody, oh, you're such a victim, we say it like it's a negative thing. Like, come on, let's be soft a little bit here on victims. And we all are going to be a victim at some point, but it's just that mindset of switching it and saying, all right, that thing happened. Absolutely. I don't like it. I feel sad. I feel upset about it. However, okay, life's going to go on. There's a million things that are going to happen in the next 2 seconds. And your first responsibility that is truly yours, that I would love for you to know that you're worthy of, that you're capable of, that you can trust yourself in doing, is to take care of yourself, to love yourself, to feed the right foods, to do the fun things. I love, you know what, and maybe we can't have animals and things like, maybe we don't, want a pet, the responsibility, but I'm telling you, a little plant, a little aloe, a little cactus, a little easy plant. Somebody else has a plant that's really easy. Please name them, because I'm not really up on those ones. I have aloes and cacti, but I have an aloe here, and he's got a really long drapey arm, and I literally I just hold his arm. I hold his hand, and I just kind of chat with him, and I feel it's uplifting to me. It might be silly. I even could laugh at myself and say, well, this is a little silly, but I like it. It's really, it's a mood enhancing, right? So as our mood picks up, you will sleep better. Routine is also key. Routine makes your life a lot easier. Now, you can go off routine, don't be upset. Okay. But but trying to stick with that, the circadian rhythms. You're up and you're up around the same time, you're to bed the same time, you're exercising, exercise in the morning, 4 minutes, guys. 4 to 6 minutes. That's it, of bursting exercises, right? Like just, right? Go all out. That's it. Just do those 4 to 6 minutes before lunchtime and in the daylight, if you can get outside and be in nature to do that. Oh my gosh, it's so silly. I will get on that front lawn and I will play, I'll jump and leap and run around. I don't have anybody in front of me, mind you. I must share that. So it might not if it wasn't. But if you can do these bursts of exercises for 4 to 6 minutes before noon, it was going to change your world. Lucy, the front door is open, and you know that, sweetie. So she has, oh, look at Carol. I love that she's sharing this. She has 3 kids and 4 cats and a husband to talk to and no privacy. Oh my gosh, privacy. So right now, Carol, in your house, you've got a lot of other people's serotonin levels going to be around your world. And I'm going to let this cat in. She couldn't just let me do one little time. Hold on 1 second. All right, you. Come on, little tiny cat. So also when you, I don't want to say that was a good deed, by the way, but it just reminded me of it. When you do nice things for others, that does raise your serotonin as well. So it's one thing to talk to somebody. Talking to other people, especially for us women, it really spikes our oxytocin. That's that communication connection. You had a great conversation on the phone or a great Zoom meeting, or you felt connected with somebody. But I will say, love that. I love that one. But privacy. So I know this sounds silly, but it is what it is. And if this helps you, Carol, and anybody else watching, my bathroom, that's my bathroom, right? My bathroom is a smaller bathroom. And I love it because I feel like privacy. I feel contained. I feel hugged. And I will go into my bathroom and just talk to myself in the mirror. I shut the door, talk to myself in the mirror, have that bath. Of course, I love that too. And also getting grounded, right? So even if I just put enough water in the tub just to put my feet in, I put my feet in there and I feel silly and I have some scents, like some smelly, nice, wonderful oils or flowers. That really, really, all these things, making the time, making the appointment with yourself to do these, even if you say the whole world, everybody go. 5 minutes, well, try to take a little bit more, but you know what, even if you got 5 minutes, say you're just going to go pee, just take an extra few minutes, right? And stay there alone. And this is something that you do. So just while I've got here, so I wanted to share with you some foods quickly before I have to bump off, is tofu. Maybe you do soy products, maybe you don't, but if you do, always look for non-GMO, your non-GMO, your organic. And it's really important about the no GMO. And I just sprouted. Sometimes I can't find it, but usually I can. I love my sprouts. I love when they're sprouted. It has more living. It's living. It's activated. It's open. It's activated for me to access the nutrients that I want. So just have a look for that. Google it. Search it wherever you want to do. And then oats. So something I used to always do, for probably 15 years of my life, I always had oatmeal first thing. That was my first thing in the morning. Now, I know a lot of you will say, Eek, you know what? I'm doing the intermittent fasting. I'm doing the keto. I'm doing this. So if that's not for you, then that's not for you. But I will say that oats are fabulous for the tryptophan. And what I always would do is I always make my oatmeal, but I would always add pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds that I've soaked, chia seeds. Like I'd actually make quite a little thing. The omega seeds and chia seeds is why I'm really doing that, is for the fiber, of course, but the omega-3s. Your brain needs that healthy fat. That brain is making that serotonin. You must have your healthy fats. Now, if you're doing the keto and all that, you're probably up on the fat anyways, which is really good. So avocados and that. But eggs are fabulous. If you are eating eggs, maybe you're staying away from animal products, but eggs are beautiful for tryptophan. Beans, as you mentioned, what I do with beans, because I do know that they can create some gas. And if you're dealing with some intestinal issues, what you can do with beans, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it makes the world of difference. If you're eating your salads or anything really, you can put them in guacamole. Just take a tablespoon of beans, just of kidney beans, pinto beans, navy beans, right? Just lentils. Take just a tablespoon of them and pop them in. So it's not going to throw you on your carbs if you're doing your carb counting, keeping them between 30 and 50, or under 30 and 50. I am not. I keep mine reasonable. Well, share with me what your diet is. That's what I need to know. Share with me what you are doing and if it is working. Remember, I have those questions, the MMPQ, which is a menu matched profile questionnaire. If you don't have them, I would absolutely love to send them to you. It's just email me at Lisa at datingyourdiet.ca. And if you don't hear from me, then message me and let me know, Lisa, I've sent you an email. And I would like to hear from you because your food is magical and your relationship with food is magical. Your relationship with the things that you do in your life and the thoughts that go through your mind, they can be so magical. And if you even just need a boost, serotonin boost, to say, why? I don't feel like I deserve this. I don't feel like I can. You message me because I would love to chat with you. I just have this talk and figure out what of all those points are you lacking? What do you need to have more of in your life? Because being in the mood for happiness and joy, it's not like it is a switch. It is a switch. We will flip the switch somewhere. And a lot of it can be in the gut. So we've got some gut issues, maybe some brain issues, some sleep issues, some hormonal imbalances, like crazy pants, chemicals in your environment, people around you. But there are ways of absolutely correcting, balancing these. And please tune in tomorrow to Stacey Lord as she does her beautiful, I can't believe we're doing this. This is exciting for me. The healthiest version possible of glazed donuts. This is fun. So let me see here. I just don't have one. I just eat what I can when I can. I have a 2-year-old. Very busy. Okay. Oh, well, I'd love to hear. Carol, connect with me here on Facebook. And you know what? Let's figure out some tips. You know what? Maybe we find one. We'll find one. We'll find 8. I don't know. We're going to find something for you. And I want to say good morning, just in case I didn't, but I think I said good morning to Becky and Isabel Carol. Any questions that you have a lot? Tammy, you're talking about, I worry a lot and change is scary to me. Working on losing weight now to get my sugar under control as I'm diabetic. Thanks for all your great info. Tammy, that is absolutely, yes, I would be working on those foods for sure with that. With diabetes. And there's some other foods you really want to check, by the way, with potassium. And we'll talk about that another time, but just maybe private message me about that. I just want to share with you about potassium. But as always, guys, I love being here. I'm sorry I was running late today. That's technical things. But every Thursday, I am here at 10 a.m. Eastern, give or take. You can always catch the replay. Let me know if you are. Let me know if these are helping you, if these food tips are helping you, these activities are helping you, because it is what we do in our lives as well. It's our actions, and self-inquiry is the absolute best place to start. Who am I? Who is living this world? And then we kind of snowball up from there. You can absolutely create this beautiful life. You can fall in love with the right foods for you. You can fall in love with the right activities. And I am just so happy to have everybody here. It was lovely to see everybody. And I look forward to either hearing from you, private message, email me, lisa@datingyourdiet.ca, or comment right here, and I will have a peek a little later. So thank you guys. Tomorrow, we'll hopefully see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern for the healthiest possible glazed donuts with Stacy. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.